do that? Good. Your dad is fast. Faster than the speed of sound. The faster I go, the more the world slows down.
I treat people good. You treat people good. Most people treat people good. Sometimes some of us are having a tough time, it's not so good. Bad attitude sometimes passes around like slime. Some call it crime, like doing time without the crime. I'm a little something extra, not in a good way. From the some that don't treat others that good or know the way. Though you wouldn't know that by just what they say, or look as they try to give you the book. Why do so many songs have to have a hook? Reality from a paradise to a hood. Is it okay to be good when some don't treat you as they should? Abraham, your arm and hammer and an axe in hand, you're knocking on some wood. Not like superstition from some Hollywood. I don't know if you understand, though I know enough about everything to know. I don't think there is much I could say no, or would ever find worth our time to argue over. As the more I know, for years I wanted to know it all, y'all, though eventually realized it take more than a lifetime. And then what? So settle my ambitions with a humble, simple life, perhaps one of many routes worth living. I don't think there's anyone I can blame for any of this, as it's all so spread out between so many little interactions with various people, many going off blind gossip and listening broken notes, not intending to conspire against me or us. Once they started to realize where the real lies lie, to be continued. From the Miles Nick Walker True Stories, Chapter 19.
Without the crime, a little something extra, not in a good way. From the some that don't treat others that good or know the way, though you wouldn't know that by just what they say. Look as they try to give you the book. Why do so many songs have to have a hook? Reality, you my name to see one day. Reality, you my name to see one day. Reality, you my name to see one day. From a paradise to a hood. Is it okay to be good when some don't treat you as they should? Abraham, your arm and hammer and an axe to hand you, knocking on some wood. Not like superstition from some Hollywood. I don't know if you understand. To be continued. From the Miles Nick Walker True Stories, you ride the leaf from me one day, you'll see one day. You ride me from me one day. Chapter 19.
Anonymous true story shared, chapter 20. The post socks and the tree readings on them were way off. Honey never been at the book numbers. Totally define what the book said. Happened under 95% spoke to. His 84% was more close to the books. 94% physical expressions that say everyone needs to go to the hospital. That is 94% a number. There is billions of people under 94% failed to live in normal lives. Many that were sent to the hospital and released, sometimes with oxygen tanks at up to 2 liters a minute. Some noted to develop dependency from oxygen therapy, and much of the general practices on it have shifted over the years. Though people with a normal under 90% are pretty much unheard of, because for one they get told they are dying, need an expensive surgery that includes death. Though they feel okay and been this way for years, so don't wanna go back to see that person. Maybe someone else will have other advice, or because a lot of people apparently are given the surgery near birth that includes death as a step, as their life force is sent through machines. There is handfuls of medical publishers, though much of what they say and teach is the same in a lot of practical ways, creating at times in some small ways perhaps a false consensus of truth. Think about that. Maybe too rigid and big of an umbrella, a huge system in place for years, doing this to people, with people thinking they are needed right now to do this, or they may God are still babies, because something sometimes is perceived through technology that most don't understand how much of it works, or all the ways that it may not work. We sometimes do take a higher credit than maybe it's worth. Nothing should take God's place in our lives, as if anything could be God's. Stuff we make is not for sure. The shovel does not tell man to dig. What you may not see here is he was also unintentionally defying billions of dollars of needless spending on not just nationwide, go global-wide protocols, an industry force in the taking of. Hey, Riyadh, so to help you people to the hospital for the last 40 or so years. Think about that. People that didn't get cured of anything just got a bill and labeled to now go with their struggles. To be continued. The Miles McWalker story, chapter 21. The Miles McWalker story, chapter 22. Sharing more of this anonymous true story from a real friend that can't come forward as they are. Sort of stuck in a life sentence. If you have a story you want me to share anonymous for you, let me know.
Most of those people had 92 to 94% CO2. Get released from the hospital and maybe diagnosed with lifelong COPD or CHF or other breathing problems, and then medical devices.
Yeah, and there are medicines that may help some, though may make things way worse in various ways, some unforceable ways, per the disclaimers and lawsuit class action. And lawsuit class action, commercial claims against the subsidiaries of the big pharma, big names with big games. Though the hospitals get to justify the need for funding and donations, X showing they are doing a real good job, helping lots of people and releasing a decent number of people back to the public that maybe didn't even need or wanna go in, just they were talked into it by good intention. Book readers to try to be people healers, and not talking about all the people that don't walk out of there, that did walk in there. Let's just look at the numbers and stuff that makes us feel good right now, and later like candy. Wait, what one said the rooster to the hen? Someone doesn't make it there, they say we can't help everyone. Or maybe if they got here sooner, or excuses like they were a smoker or had one of those many of an acronym, leaving you dim, of a so-called explainable slow death sentence to someone in a white coat spoke over them for money.
Later one day just
Progress so fast while in the hospital, like congestive heart failure, or more not the real problems, like they were overweight, not looking at life habits, or they came in here with problems. We tried our best to solve them, often in the blind to their own doings, because they followed the detailed protocols. And some people are resilient enough to survive the sort of rich protocols that sometimes maybe hurts, that kills more people than anyone seems to put thought in. Because all the money, some protocols make it scary to challenge, and is a conflict of interest for many. And because the earlier lies noted, and it seems to fix a protocol, a better one needs to be written, we often think. Let's think about the so-called psychology behind telling people they have a problem. Isn't that a bit like a curse to or towards them? As we seen so-called psychology in action. It happens. None of this is acting. Think about what you're maybe stacking. The Miles McWalker story. Please enjoy chapter 22.
Let's just look at the numbers and stuff that makes us feel good right now and later, like candy. Wait, what? When said the rooster to the hens?